CBI registered cases of corruption against 5 people, which includes the former Narcotics Control Bureau officer Sameer Wankhede for allegedly demanding a bribe of rupees 25 crores from family members of those who have been arrested in the 2021 Cordelia cruise ship drug bust case. This includes Shah Rukh Khan's son Aryan Khan. Now, Wankhede and others were booked under Section 7, 7A and 12 of the Prevention of Corruption Act and under Section 120B of Criminal Conspiracy and under Section 388 of Extortion by threat of accusing of an offence. Now, the CBI conducted search on Friday at 29 locations across Mumbai, Delhi, Ranchi, Lucknow, Chennai, Guwahati, which led to recovery of incriminating documents, materials, sources said from CBI. Now, CBI spokesperson also gave some statements. What CBI spokesperson said is, we have registered an FIR against Sameer Wankhede and then Zonal Director of NCB, Mumbai Zone Unit, Vishwa Vijay Singh, then Superintendent NCB, Ashish Ranjan, the then Intelligence Officer of Mumbai Zonal Unit NCB, KP Gosavi and Sanvile D'Souza, allegedly the witness, and other unknown people. They also went on to say that it has been alleged that 3 officials of NCB Mumbai Zone, in order to obtain undue advantage from persons other than in the case of 94/2021, earlier on registered and investigated under the supervision of Wankhede, had entered into criminal conspiracy with others and allegedly obtained undue advantage in the form of bribes from the alleged accused. They also went on to say that it has been alleged that the accused person entered into conspiracy in order to extort amount of rupees 25 crores from the family members of the alleged accused by threatening them of the accusation of offence of possession of narcotic substance as per the alleged direction of Wankhede, being the supervisory officer. A token amount of 50 lakh as bribe was allegedly obtained in furtherance of this conspiracy, the CBI spokesperson said. Okay, this is the story. Rich people's children were accused of carrying drugs, using drugs, selling drugs, so on and so forth. They were put behind bars, and there were people, if you remember when we reported this story, there were people, lay people who are not part of either police or any NCB or anybody. Some laymen were arresting these boys and getting them to the police station. And if you remember, I also told you then that I have done a lot of work with the Mumbai police and Maharashtra police in my advertising days, and I know for a fact that while they take help from people, lay people, they take information and so on and so forth, but I have never seen a layman going and arresting somebody with the police. I have never seen that. All this happened in the glare of the cameras. All this happened as if it was a political story, and that is why I am doing this story for you. I am doing this story for you purely to tell you that such stories of taking 25 crores bribe, this is what they say. God knows what is the actual bribe. This is what they alleged. In fact, there is nothing proven, but this is what they alleged. God knows what the actual bribe is. This is not the first and the last story. Such stories are going to continue. And you know why such stories and why such officers are going to continue? Such officers and such stories are going to continue because of our political situation currently. Because, you know, these arrests, these kind of raids are made into a political spectacle. They are made into a political spectacle. We saw in the case of Sushant Singh. We saw in the case of what happened to Aryan Khan. We saw what happened to them. They were political. It was used, it was actually leveraged by politicians and for their political use. Until such time that you leverage these kind of raids, these kind of offences for political use, you will bound to have these kind of officers spring up. More of these officers will spring up. More such bribes will happen. This is not going to end till such time that the politicians realize what they are doing and the politician starts putting an end to politicizing almost everything, including a suicide and including a crime or including some drug abuse or some drug raid. Everything should not be politicized, and such officers should not be made into, my side and your side, because at that point in time also the country was divided in two. Like I told you a few weeks before, everything seems to be now divided in ideology. When there's a movie, there are two ideologies. When there's a painting, there are two ideologies. Everything is two ideologies now. A lot of people were praising him. They were praising him. They were making him a hero. And now this is what happened. And also, mind you, that young man, Aryan Khan, was proven innocent. That young man who spent 26 days after the raid with the police in the police station, in the jail, was later proven innocent. Can you imagine what went through his mind? Can you imagine what impact it must have had on his character, on his mind? I mean, he's a young kid. So the reason I wanted to tell you the story is because end of the day, the kid was innocent. The officer who accused that kid of having drugs, he is now accused of taking 25 crores bribe. This is what the justice system is converting into. And mind you, don't just blame the officers. Don't just blame the law and order officers. Blame the politician who is creating more such law and order officers. That's the point I wanted to make. Till I see you next time in my next report. Namaskar.